biggest stock rises in 2020 inspired by whatever the hell this GameStop thing is. And I have decided to carve out time of my otherwise very busy day of copying, pasting, and snarky commenting to understand exactly what the hell's going on with GameStop, because
I don't know either.
It's all everybody's talking about.
I know,
and I'm
I
like, I don't
give
know
a
what the
damn.
hell it is.
I know. And you don't
like the
really
last
give
guy
a
to get a
damn
CB
either.
radio.
Yeah.
So, okay. Trivia question for you before we do this GameStop draft. Tom Brady is already the Buccaneers' all-time leader in playoff touchdown passes with 7. He will likely pass Brad Johnson for the most franchise playoff passing yards in the Super Bowl. He trails only by 12 yards. I would say he
should do
break
that.
Barring something entirely unforeseen, he'll break that record. Which quarterback holds the Buccaneers' record for the best completion percentage in the playoffs?
You're smirking. And I don't
know the answer.
Okay.
I don't know the answer.
Okay. Well, I know it's not
I do
me
now.
With my one, man, it's not a lot of quarterbacks, of course, that have done this, as far as playoffs in the Bucs. I'm going to go with Sean King. I'm going to say he had some crazy game. Darn it.
It's you.
Is it me?
You big idiot.
Well,
it's
you.
I
was going to say it was me with the way you had that little smirk on your face, but I didn't know. It just tells you I don't pay attention to that kind of crap. I threw 2 interceptions in that game, and I graded out as one of my better games of my whole career. But
not a historian. Not a historian.
Not for me. Who the hell cares about Chris Simms' history?
And it's perfect because your dad's got the highest completion percentage in Super Bowl history.
Right.
That's why I smirked. It's the perfect stat for you. It's perfect.
That's the only parallel you can draw from me and my dad's career right there. That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
I get the first pick. I'm going to go James Robinson. Who else? Undrafted from one of the directional Illinois. I think it's Eastern. I'm not sure. Goes in to Jacksonville, is the week 1 starter, and is phenomenal, and once again turns on the head the idea that you need to use a first-round pick on a running back. No, you don't. No, you don't. Or second, or third, or fourth, or fifth, or sixth, or seventh. You can find a guy, if your scouts are good enough, who isn't even drafted, who can come in and take over the position.
No, that's it's a good one. I wrote that name down too, certainly. I mean, came out of nowhere to where – and then the first week, we were like, whoa, this guy looks pretty good. And we continued to say that throughout the year. So that was amazing. All right. Nobody's stock rose more than giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, Josh Allen. Giddy up, giddy up. It's my boy, Blue. I mean, nobody. I mean, look at the transformation this year. It went from everybody hating on him and he still can't completion percentage and I'm not sure and he's raw, to the end of the year, everybody had their lips puckered up and were kissing his butt, and everything had changed around. And they were going, whoa, he is one of the best quarterbacks in football. That to me, was the biggest stock riser of the year, where he was questioned a lot to where we got here in the last month where it was over. And you started watching shows like You and Me to where nobody could deny it anymore. There was nothing you could say. He's definitely one of the best quarterbacks in football. So I'm going to go with Josh Allen there.
Yeah, I think you're selling short the starting point.
Sure.
There were some people who were still but he did take a jump.
He did.
Not as big of a jump as Justin Herbert, because we didn't know anything about Justin Herbert. That's my next pick.
Yeah, good.
We didn't know what he was going to be. We didn't know what he was going to do, and he's already vaulted into your top 5, right? Is he in your top 5 or your top 10?
Top 10, yeah.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
For a guy that we didn't know anything about, and he got picked after Tua and after Joe Burrow, and this guy was the best of all of them. He'll be Joe Burrow would have been the best if he hadn't been injured, but Herbert's going to be the NFL's offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah,
right?
It's close. I mean, you Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, it doesn't matter. You give me either one. I'm not so sure I wouldn't take Justin Herbert after the year I saw. We talked about it last year. Herbert in the evaluation of the draft last year, I know I said it many times, his ceiling was greater than Burrow's, and we saw that this year. And you're right. Stock went through the roof. Oh, I don't know if he can live outside the bubble of Oregon, and I don't know if he has the personality to be a quarterback. Zoom, 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 laser beams everywhere. How about that personality? Okay. I think I'm going to go with DK Metcalf as my next one. Went into the year I understand that people knew he was a freak and good and had that great wild card game last year against the Philadelphia Eagles to end that 2019 season where Carson Wentz got hurt and all that. But I feel like this year with all the highlight plays, the way he started out the year, the running down of the safety in Arizona, who I'm Buda Baker, and that play and the whole, the memes and the social media attention to all of that. I feel like he went to, hey, this guy's a freak and looks really good, to, whoa, is he maybe the best receiver in football? I think he made that type of jump this year, and I'll say I would have certainly wish I would have been on buying stock for DK Metcalf.
Right, but I think the time to sell would have been mid-November, because I think
went down
after
a little
that,
bit, yeah.
once they caught up to the offense,
Definitely.
it went down a little bit. And I've gravitated toward rookies. You've gotten early career guys so far.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a guy who's deeper into his career, that made a change via trade, got a contract, and became a force of nature, whereas he wasn't, even though he was really good with the 49ers, we didn't think of DeForest Buckner as a force of nature until he went to Indianapolis.
I hear you.
And kind of took over that defense. And when he's not in the game, they got no chance. I mean, that was kind of the attitude. Hey, they got to have DeForest Buckner if they want to have a chance in this game. He comes back and everything's different. So to me, I think it was, because when they make the trade, you're like, man, that's a lot to give up. And they're giving him this huge contract on the way through the door. Okay, let's see. And he ends up, really emerging as one of the top interior defensive linemen in football.
Yeah.
Maybe second only to Aaron Donald.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, definitely one of the top defensive players in the league. You're right. It's a great pick. Yeah, so, there's nothing wrong with, he was on the radar. We knew he was good. This year kind of confirmed him being great. And we went, whoa, no. We saw him, in like 2 games where he didn't play. They were not the same defense. So I'm with you. I got no problem with that. I think that I'm going to go, man, there's a lot of good ones out there. I'm going to just throw out, Hassan Reddick is one I think about. Talk about improving your stock. Guy had more sacks in one game than he did in his whole career, basically, at one point this year. I'm going to go to your team, though. Justin Jefferson. Another one of my favorites in the draft. But, man, did he show what he was worth this year and everything he can do. It's still going upwards. He can do it all. There's nothing Justin Jefferson can't do on the football field. Phenomenal rookie receiver, and looks like he's going to be around for a long time.
I agree with you. He was on my list as well. And just jamming a couple other names here. I had J.K. Dobbins of the Ravens.
Yeah, good one.
Was great as a rookie. And Antoine Winfield Jr.
Sure.
Of the Buccaneers, who really flashed in that playoff game, but he got better and better all year long. Who else did you have that didn't make it?
Jonathan Taylor is another rookie I threw on there. You're top 3 in rushing in the NFL. That was big-time stock jump. I think guys like, A.J. Brown, where we went whoa, this guy was a good rookie, to now, oh, is he a top 5 receiver in football? I think he's there. And even Terry McLaurin with the Washington football team. Yeah, they weren't sexy offensively, but I think he's put himself in that, top receiver conversation too.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.